Hey guys, Chickadee Maine, aka Deboo, Deboo.com with the Deboo.com surf forecast update. This forecast update effective around 11:30 Eastern Standard Time on Monday, July 14th, 2014, and is brought to you by Nassara Paradise Rentals. Planning your next trip to Costa Rica? Stay with Nassara Paradise Rentals. Remember, there's no sorrow when you stay in Nosara. Visit them at NassaraParadiseRentals.com. All right, guys, let's jump right into the forecast. We've got some exciting stuff getting ready to happen, and it looks like some increased activity, although the models are not showing really any tropical development. There is some hints of a small east-southeast groundswell building out in the southwest Atlantic. We're going to take a closer look at that for you and show you what we're talking about. And then we're also watching that area that we've been watching out towards the central Atlantic that is now getting ready to move just north of Puerto Rico. But here's what it looks like. We've got a vigorous upper level low east of Florida, well east of Florida, southwest of Bermuda. Now this thing has spun down overnight, and we're watching it start to rob the energy from this upper level low that's been stationary south of Bermuda over the last several days. If you've been following our forecast, you know we've been watching a little spin that spin down from the Azores and is now getting ready to try to interact with this upper level low that's to the northeast of Puerto Rico and south of Bermuda. But this other upper level low looks very vigorous this morning. And if you've listened to us the other day, we talked about how these upper level lows can sometimes spin down to the surface. Now, one thing about that is models sometimes have a hard time picking up on that. So we're going to be watching for increased convective activity with this upper level low, as it looks like it's starting to break down this other upper level low that is south of Bermuda. We'll show you that in the infrared rainbow loop. And as you can see, look at this spin now here east of Florida and the convection associated with it. This is the time of year, guys, that we watch these upper level lows to see if they'll spin down and try and create a surface low. Here's this other upper level low now. And as you can see, the original low level center is right here where my cursor is at. And notice how it's just kind of breaking apart, and it appears that as this counterclockwise rotates, it's trying to draw what was the original upper level low into that and absorb that energy. There's another little upper level low as part of this system just to the south of that one. And it's when this little spin that's located right in here, down at the bottom right-hand corner of your image, gets in here to the south of it, the interaction between it, hopefully it can start to draw in some of this moisture. And as you can see right in here, there's another little circulation center starting to develop. So when these two combine, maybe they may be able to work down to the surface as well. When we take a look at the RGB satellite loop imagery, you can clearly see this upper level low, and notice how in the top left-hand corner of the loop right in here, how it wants to draw out that way towards that other upper level low. So this is starting to break down. It's down here where you see this other circulation that when this right here catches up to it, there's a chance that we may see something develop tropical in nature. Now, the reason why we say there's a little east-southeast wind swell or possible east-southeast wind swell fun surf alert coming, models are already starting, or the swell models are already starting to show it or hint at it. But looking at the South Bermuda buoy this morning, just south of Bermuda, east-southeast winds started cranking up in the overnight and got as high as 20 to 25 knots early this morning, and of holding. They're holding at around 15 to 20 knots with a little shift more towards the south. When we look at the St. Martin's buoy still posting the same numbers or equal to what the South Bermuda was doing, so that's a nice east-southeast fetch right there. The latest swell models are starting to hint at a small, unless we get something else to develop, tropical in nature, a small east-southeast groundswell. You can see the period starting to stretch out here, coming into northeast Florida and then well out here towards the Atlantic. We're just going to have to watch to see what happens with what's going on north of Puerto Rico and that upper level low that's spinning down. But the reason why we say fun surf alert, because the winds are forecast to be southwest over the coast of Florida through here around the same time. So it could be some long fun board waves coming. And that's all we got for you for now, guys. Stay tuned for the next update.